to another episode of the Cheap Champ Podcast, the world's only mobile podcast where we set up shop everywhere, anywhere, anytime. As you see right now, I am in the lovely Echo Park, back at it. Hey, people walking by me, so I gotta make sure I see everybody. But for those on the audio, yes, I'm in the park right now, so I gotta make sure nobody walks up on me and asks me no questions. Today's topic on the Cheap Champ Podcast, by the way, the podcast has been going for almost 8 months now, so give myself a big round of applause for that. Give yourself a round of applause for being an audience member for the last 8 months. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions about financial literacy, if you're looking to improve your credit, master your budget, please check out www.stressmoneyless.com. They have a lot of tools over there. They have consulting, workshops, groups, anything that you need. Making every money an everyday conversation. Stressmoneyless.com. You should definitely, once you get a chance, go over there and check that out. Anyway, today's topic is mobile podcasting. I just want to talk about the difficulties of mobile podcasting because, man, this shit is hard. It's definitely difficult to make sure I have all my equipment and finding locations, dealing with sound. It's a lot that has to go into this. So I definitely wanted to, in case anybody wanted to do it, get into mobile podcasting because it is a business. Podcasting, you can make money off of it. You can get advertising. So this is a business along with the other business. So I'm in the business of mobile podcasting. And the thing about me is equipment. You have to have a lot of money to spend on equipment. I have to buy a lot of stuff. I have to upgrade because sound, being outside, the sound can be a little tricky sometimes. So if you're interested in getting mobile podcasting, hey, it's a hell of a dedication. But you can get great views. Right now I'm in front of a lake. I'm at Echo Park right now. Downtown is right behind me. There's a cool lake right next to me. I don't know if no ducks will come up. Hope they don't shit on me. But that's one of the beautiful things about mobile podcasting. And two, you got to get used to people just looking at you. What the hell is going on? Taking pictures of you and stuff like that. I'm gonna be famous, so it doesn't matter. But it just takes some time to get used to. I definitely want to get when I get some help. I can get an assistant or something. I definitely want to go get to some more remote areas. Have somebody like show me. I definitely want to go to like the top of Runyon Canyon and hike with all my equipment. Take it up there with me. But I gotta have somebody with a camera that can also make it up there because I don't meet too many people who like to hike. So if you're a camera person and you like adventure, hit up the Cheap Champ Podcast. We are looking for you. Definitely want to go to Runyon Canyon, all the different trails out here, and just podcast. I think that's super cool. It's dope. There's nothing better than going to podcasts sitting in remote areas. They're hard to get to sometimes, but I think that's the best place to do, especially when I have my guests. When my guests, I go to them, but when I do podcast episodes of my own, I like to go to remote places. The view, the view, the view. I love the view. I love going on vacation. I like seeing views. So, and I also like to bring the views to my audience members. That's what I'm working on getting a camera. I know the last camera I had sucked. I just brought a new camera in. It was trash. So I got to return that back to Amazon, man, because it's not working. But the goal is to get our actual camera so I can get better views and things will look a whole lot better when I'm out here shooting and getting all this stuff done. But yeah, the mobile podcast and stuff, I leave equipment all the time. Last time I was out here, I couldn't even shoot because I left my stuff behind. So I was out here, didn't work. Initially, I didn't have internet. I had to figure out how to use my mobile hotspot so I can get internet while I'm out on the road. But I got internet now while I'm on the road, and I just figured it out. It took some time. It damn sure took some time. My first episode was on the road in Miami. First episode was on the road in Miami. Shout out to Supreme Fit Fam. You should go check out Supreme Fit Fam. First episode, they're doing great things over there at the gym. So my first episode was on the road. So I've gotten pretty used to the mobile podcast and traveling around and stuff. But man, it can be kind of difficult if you don't have a list where all your stuff is. I have to download the episodes. It is a hell of a lot. The podcast is a job in itself. But I'm making it happen and I'm doing it. And I'm doing it my way mobile. I initially didn't have the money to pay for a space. That's what we're doing. I've never had the money to pay for a space. And honestly, I didn't have because you got to do this stuff every week or set aside a day for a few hours so you can get a couple different episodes. I just didn't have the money, so I said, man, I got to figure out a way where I can keep on podcasting and travel to do it. Because if I did have the money, which is I do now, I didn't necessarily have the time to sit in the location and do it because I like to move around. And if I'm in New York and I want to get some people in New York, how am I going to get them if I have to pay for space in New York and find it? But if I take my own equipment with me, hell, I always got my own stuff. So it works out perfect. It's great. I gotta look around because somebody come up here try to grab my equipment, I'm gonna whoop their ass. So I gotta look around a little bit. But yeah, man, this mobile podcasting stuff is dope. It's cool. I see it definitely going bigger places. When I get some lights, got somebody out here with me running around, get a drone, so I can get a drone over top of me, all that good stuff. So it's gonna definitely the podcast is gonna be the visuals are gonna be through the roof. And then the advertising and all that stuff will get in, but it's still a business podcast. It's still about the cost of doing business because hell, this stuff costs me money. Before this episode, just so you know, I had to pay for a service called StreamYard. I didn't pay for it, so before I even recorded the episode, I had to pay the service and get it turned back on. Man. It cost me $25 a month for that. The equipment, I have a Scarlett Foresight that cost me about $212 with this microphone. Of course, the laptop I already had that, but that's over a grand. The table I'm on cost me about $30. So I'm gonna put all the links down in the video so you can see where I got all this stuff. But you do need the equipment, and it costs money. But once you get all the equipment, damn sure takes some dedication. You still have to come up with topics every week. I try to keep it raw. I don't do too much editing. I just put it up as is because as things move on and improve, I want people to be able to come back and see where I started, how I got started. Because I always like to see a person start, where they got started, and how things got rolling for them. That's something I like to do. So I said, let me put that out there so people can see, like, damn, here's where he at. Like, you see Joe Rogan podcast, it's great, but he had to start somewhere too, and I'm sure he didn't get a million views his first episode like he does each episode now. So mobile podcasting is definitely possible. It's fun, but it's a lot of work. You got to definitely take all your stuff around, and then it costs me more money to fly because I have to put this down on the plane. So I can't just take all my stuff on the plane anymore. I got to pay for bags. Um, it is what it is, but I definitely enjoy it. I love it. You get to see all that. You get to see the people over here. If I had a banner up right here, I'm pretty sure I can get people to sign up for the podcast. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna get a banner so people know what I'm doing, and then they can see what's going on, and they can tune in and subscribe to the page. So, but man, mobile podcasting is some good stuff, man. If you like to travel and get out and do adventure, mobile podcasting is for you. Saves a whole lot of money. The sound is not always perfect, but hey, we deal with it. We damn sure. Damn it. We deal with it. But as time goes on, I'll have a sound person and all that stuff. But you gotta get in where you fit in. So if you're looking to start something, just get started, man. Don't matter. Don't give a fuck. Just take your phone, get started. Just do it. Just jump out there and do it. Figure it out as you go. If you're really committed to it, you'll do it. You don't need to have a workout plan to go to the gym. Just go. Just go. Get in there and start sweating. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Just like me, I'm constantly figuring this thing out. I want to go do other places, but I can't all the time because sometimes there's light issues, lighting, all kind of different stuff. So you never know what you're gonna have to deal with. You never know whatever's gonna come up. You just gotta deal with it. But that's what makes mobile podcasting so great. I keep all this stuff in my trunk. I set up shop and I just get on the road and I go. You get to get in the park. I would show you some other views, but I got to get up, and if the camera can move and rotate, that'd be great. But this is of course hooked up to the the laptop, so I can't do that. But mobile podcasting, if you're into it, I say, hey, go for it, give it a shot. Hey, it ain't easy. It's the least thing. It's very, very, very. It's not easy at all. But I just the circles of mobile podcasting for those who are looking to get into podcasting. I would say having a studio is great, and you get an editor. You got to go to the same place, but you can't get people out of town. 50% of my guests have been from out of town. I spend a lot of my girlfriend's in New York, so I spend a lot of time in New York. Uh, so I interview a lot of guests there. I'm from Florida, so I need to get more people there. I haven't interviewed as many guests there. But the best thing about podcasting and being mobile is you can always get on the road. You can always get up and go, especially in beautiful California. California has a lot of dope views, a lot of cool stuff to see. So I make sure I take care of that, take advantage of that, and keep it moving. But yeah, we're going to keep them short. These ones by myself, I keep them short. Don't like to go as long. I like to keep the longer ones when I have guests. My battery's running out, so I want to wrap it up before then. But hey, we want to thank our sponsor, Cheap Not Broke. Hey, go to cheapnotbroke.com and grab a shirt. It really helps support. It helps us get more equipment. It helps us get better. It helps us. It just helps us grow, man. We use their support. We're not people that like to beg for money, putting up our cash app. But if you would like to donate, please do. Feel free to donate. Like I said, go to cheapnotbroke.com. You can get these. You can get a T-shirt. You can get a mask. You can support. Subscribe to the YouTube page so you can listen to the podcast, and definitely listen on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, any platform you can find it. We're there. We appreciate your support. I thank you all so much for listening to me, riding with me, rocking with me. And as time goes on, things are only going to get better, better and better and better. To you, and I want to leave you all with this. Don't wait to get started. Just get started. Fuck it. Jump in. Don't sometimes, sticking your toe in the pool is not the best because then you'll have you all cold. You're afraid to get in. Just jump in. Stick your toe in and just jump in. You know how to swim. It's not gonna hurt you. Make it happen. Oh, and last but not least, at the Cheap Champ Podcast, please go and subscribe to at the Cheap Champ Podcast. Subscribe on the Instagram page. Don't have Facebook. Don't have anything. Just the Instagram page right now. Subscribe to the Cheap Champ Podcast. And we thank you. I'm your host, Malcolm Hall. Each and every week with the Cheap Champ Podcast. Where will I be next week? I don't know, but I'm gonna be somewhere nice, fun, and we're gonna like it. Until then, take care. Be safe. Mask up.